Hi y'all. I wanted to share with you the process I went through to sort all these colors and get them into my bag. Alright, when you open this, you'll see now on this set, all the colors are here on the back in number order, all the way from 1 to 240. But that is not necessarily in color family order, and so I wanted to put them in that order. These are the trays. There's 7 of them, and they come pretty much to the top. It's, I don't know, about 4 inches deep. The first thing I did was I photocopied the color chart, or the color swatch chart that's in here. I wanted to get it on the paper I like, which is the Astro Bright paper. That's also the Neenah paper. And also so that I could cut all of them apart after I've swatched them all. So we have photocopying, swatching, that's 2, and 3 is to cut them all apart. And as I did that, I taped them down. This is by no means the only way to do this. It's just the way I did it for this one. So you can see now, maybe you might be thinking, what? Why'd you do all that? But I was determined to get this thing in some kind of order, and I did. And that's it. So when I had these down on the desk, I shifted them around until I got exactly the color that I wanted. Now that's not the only, what I call it, the only editing of this. Just like writing, you've got to edit a lot, and then you keep editing it, editing. I think that's the way writing is. It's basically just editing all the time. And that's what I did. So then, once I got those, once I got those in the order that I wanted, I printed out, this is just 2 left from the one sheet, printed out these neat little swatch cards, and you can see here I did this for Prismacolors, and it's a real booger to cut all those like that all the way to the edge, you know, but I like it because when you are picking a color and you want to match it to something, all you have to do is get the section you want and then put it right up next to the picture. You might be looking at a reference photo, and this would be really great to put up next to that. So I like these a lot. I believe they're originally on Coloring Kid and then on, I can't even remember the other channel, but I will try to get the link for you and put it somewhere up here. Okay, so I cut, no, I didn't cut those out. I took the pencils one by one and put them on these, and there was a lot of them, as you can imagine, being 240. But as I was doing that, right before I went ahead and put it down, I did another edit. I wanted to make sure of what I was going to write down, because if you don't, you'll end up, and you might end up with it anyway, severely chopped up pieces. Here they are in the ring now. Let me give you an example. See, this is okay. The yellow went fine, the orange went fine, and then suddenly I started getting them out of order, and a whole bunch of them. Practically this whole section is nothing but these cut up so I can move them around. And I thought, well, I don't want to do that this whole way, so I'm going to edit as I go, make sure they are where I want them to be, move them around, etc. And when I finally got them in that order, I put the 4 sheets, it took 4, although they were cut up. A lot of them are cut up like this one. This one. See it? Don't like that. But even then, I was still moving them around because I would, you know, it's one thing to write it on a little square here, and it's another thing. Sometimes it looks different on the bigger section, so I would continue to edit as I went. Let's see, what are we on? I don't know what step we're on. I didn't write them down. The next step is that I laminated these. I think actually the next step was putting all the pencils in the... Let me put this down here. Okay. As I was writing them on those cards, I would pick them up and go ahead and put them in here. Before they were in the trays and I was moving them around in the trays. But once I was satisfied, more or less, I went ahead and put them in my bag. And this is a bag I actually used for something else. But I said this will be perfect for this. And even though it has these big bands, it's not a separate deal. It's one that I had already and I didn't feel like I needed to buy another one. And they all fit just fine. I like how this bag does this. It doesn't have them all the way to the edge like some do, and then you end up getting, you know, you can't close the thing. So I like that one. As I was writing them down on the cards, then I put them in here, and that part was done, that step. And then the next step was to laminate the pages and cut them out. Then I put holes in them with this one is I think it's an 1/8. Yeah, it's an 1/8 hole punch. I got them 3 different sizes, and this works perfectly for this because the little rings that I had, you never know that you can't even imagine that you're going to need these, but you do somewhere along the way. And they're really cheap. So yeah, I did that, and I do that for all my sets, all my colors. And then I put this on the top of the bag inside. See that? Some of them I actually poked holes inside of a bag, and some I just put them on the handle on the outside. This one, I decided to zip this all the way up. Yeah, I'm thinking I don't want to have any more pencils this size, sets this size. It is a booger. Anyhow, so yeah, if I could get a different case, I probably would. But I like the color. This color is awesome. And it's got a pocket back here, zip pocket, and it's got a pocket here. Anyhow, I zipped it all the way around, and then I just put it inside the tab. And that one I won't move. When I open it, I'll just open the one. And it's more secure that way. There's not like a gap right here. All right. Wow. And it is so worth having them on these cards. And I haven't cut them all the way on here because it took me probably a day and a half to go through all this process, and that's of course with dinner breaks and exercise, just scrolling different social media. Anyhow, I'll go back and cut those out, cut the edges out, because I really like how they protrude out like that. So anyhow, day and a half. And so, since I have these in color family order, I can give y'all the order if you'd like to have it. And I'm sure there are pieces that could be moved around even more. I moved them around a whole bunch of times and took off my glasses and got really close to the paper, but I still could have gotten something wrong. And if you when I figure out how to put this on here, I think I could just take these all off the chain, take these off the ring, and take a picture of it, and I can post it maybe in the community tab. Yeah, I forgot about that community tab. Yeah, and if you see any that could be moved around, just let me know and tell me, where you think they should go. But I think I did a pretty good job. I mean, there's not one color that's alike in this. They're all different colors. Some of them are very close, like these purples right here, mineral violet, bright purple, and ultraviolet. They're very close, but if you got real close to it, you can see they're just a little bit different. And some of the reds were like that. Some of the dark browns are kind of hard to tell. I went ahead and put the 24 metallic colors on my little swatch cards, as well as the fluorescents. Anyhow, I hope that helped, or at least gave you entertainment. See y'all later. Bye.